Hello everyone, it's Omae and welcome back to the brand new video. Today I want to focus on OPTC run. This game mode, yes, it is very much based on practice, but at the end of the day, as a new player who has barely played this, there is ways that you can still get a fairly high score without or get at least into the top bracket of S rank without even having practice. So I'm just going to give you some kind of abstract advice as we go along. I also want to try and get a very good run in the video. My current high score is 350k. I'm in the top 0.35%. So yeah, you definitely want to get into the top bracket this time around, since it is a 20 Tava medal difference. Usually in OPTC run, it's only like 1 or 2 Tava medals difference. It's very irrelevant. But this time around, yeah, you want to get into that top bracket. It makes a massive difference. So of course, spend your stamina meats. If you ever gather item leveled up for the meat island, you should have a lot of these saved. Of course, new players, not so much. So of course, the big draw about this this OPTC run is that we do have the 5 elders. They've also increased the rate of meats, stamina meats appearing, and I'm pretty sure also the rate of your stamina bar decreasing. Of course, you want to pick up the meats. If you miss a meat, there's a very good chance that the run is just straight up over. So first tip I would say for you guys, don't try and hit perfects. You can hit greats on like all these fodder mobs, the pistol bandits, etc., and you can still get a lot of points as long as you can get very far. Because of course, if you do try and hit a perfect and then you miss and you lose all of your stamina bar, your combo is also reset back down to 0. So your multipliers for the money that you gain are going to be all reset. It's a massive loss, not only because of the stamina bar reducing, but also for the amount of points you're getting overall. So it's way better to just not die, but hit like goods, greats, and if you can, perfects on the boss, right? So let's just try this. I'm not going to be trying to hit as many perfects as possible here. The bosses, I know some people say that it feels like the bosses are harder to hit a perfect on. I think that's mainly just because of how the boss's hitbox is, because usually for a lot of these, especially for the 5 elders, they have massive character models and sometimes it's hard to feel where that perfect is. But I think it's also just a mental build up because the big bad boss is coming, right? This party with Moria is quite difficult. Oh yeah, I messed up. But at the end of the day, make sure that you are picking up those treasure chests. Those contain as much points as like hitting a perfect on a boss. It's very important. For the regular for hitting the regular mobs, you get 300 points if you have the maximum multiplier. So as long as you get to 11 combo hits, your multiplier goes up to 1.4x, which is quite important. That multiplies the money bags you get, the treasure chests, and also the mobs you kill. Now for Dofi and also Marcus Mars at the end, you want to just spam hit your screen at that point, because you essentially have to triple tap, double jump up to Dofi, and then you have to of course tap him to kill. So I mean, I did die twice there, but it seems like this run has been very lucky. I've also been noticing that we have been getting like a lot of these money bags showing up. There are different areas that can appear, and it's completely luck based. There's a good chance that you can get a run with none of these like high density money bag places, areas in the map, should I say. Also, sorry if my commentary is really bad right now. I'm trying to focus somewhat. And also, it's just very abstract. There's not like concrete advice besides like hitting greats. Also, rather stay on the floor there and get the treasure chest is a massive difference. But my main pieces of advice would be, don't try to hit perfects. Go for the treasure chest. And just be very prepared for the increased pace. At the start, it's very easy to like, if you've been playing this for a long time, oh yeah, this is easily the hardest part of the run. Walkyrie is easily the hardest boss. But we still got 270k. That's a great first attempt for the day. I haven't done this in a very long time, so that's pretty good. Especially for dying twice. That is really good. And we didn't hit a lot of perfects either, so pretty good. For the part with Walkyrie, it's basically just jumping over 2 mobs right before you fight Walkyrie. But yeah, what I was saying is it's very hard to adapt because right at the start here, you have to wait like an extra half a second or like an extra millisecond before you hit a perfect on these mobs. And then later on, there's essentially no like wait period. And it's very easy to get used to the early stages here where you have to be very slow. And then later on, it just speeds up dramatically. So my advice would be just don't hit perfects on the early stages because it speeds up very, very quickly. And early on, it really doesn't matter if you're hitting perfects since your combo multiplier hasn't even built up. Also, I was mistaken. It goes up to 1.5x. And I messed up. But as you can see there, yeah, our bar is already depleted to red. And the run is barely started. Come on, I want to get a 300k run at least. I want to beat Mars and Lucci. The final boss is Mars as well as Lucci, but you have to kill both of them in a very like short time frame. Lucci's on the floor, Mars is in the air, very similar to Doflamingo. Okay, rhythm. Oh, that was clean. I love that. I love it when I get that perfect streak. Come on, Caesar. Caesar's a very easy boss. Okay. I actually shared my previous run on Twitter, like the you can share your result to social media. But I think there I didn't get a single, like I didn't die at all. And I did get to like 150 combo hits or something. It's very nice. Because the visual effect actually changes there when the combo hit hits 100. It looks very nice. Hopefully I can show you guys. Yeah, just be calm. For Kaido there, you want to jump early so that you don't fall into the void there between those treasure chests. A lot of it is just preempting things. A reaction time, of course. Please, bro, I want to get a good run for you guys. It would be great if I could get like an insane run here and we go straight to like the top 100. Currently, I'm I think at 165, which is pretty good. I'm very happy. It's easily safe to get to the top 5%, which is all you need. The reason why it's so easy this time is one, because of how generous they are with the meats on the map, but also because so many people are playing. Like on my alt account, I did like a run and then I got only like 10k points, and there's like thousands upon thousands of people playing, like way more, like 26,000, 30,000. So there's a lot of people who are starting, they don't have the practice. The pool is way more saturated, so you guys should easily be able to get those 100 free tavern medals. As I said, just hit greats. Don't try to be fancy and get perfects on everyone. If you've been practicing for a long time and you have the stamina meats, then sure. But these resources, the stamina meats, are super valuable for new players. You might be wondering why if you're a new player. Basically, there's so many units to farm, so many heims to farm, pirate levels, cotton candy. There's just so many resources you need to farm in the game. So having the stamina meat, especially as a new player, is super valuable. But also because we have gamers like Co-op that use stamina, quite a bit of it as well, especially if you are grinding duels. So yeah, definitely max your gather island for the meats. This has been a... I'm not going to jinx myself. Let me not say it's been a good run. Come on. Let's do this. I want to beat all of them. Nustro is pretty easy to fight. He doesn't have any gimmicks like Walkyrie. And then when it comes to the final boss against Mars and Lucci, you just kind of have to be proactive and just... It's like just a lot of spamming. For Walkyrie as well, you need to double jump over both of those mobs. Big Mom, she has quite a big hitbox, so it's a bit hard sometimes. Definitely Jupiter is the hardest though, because he has like a massive hitbox. His actual phase though is pretty easy, like it's just the final boss there. Okay, yeah, this is pretty bad. I hit 2 misses. Ooh. Yeah, I've basically given up on the run. It's very easy to just like give up on the run after you've died at least once. But like genuinely just continue. Like you can, as you saw there from that first run, you can get 250k with like hitting, like dying twice. And that wasn't even like the craziest run in terms of how many stamina meats I was getting. But let me just quickly check again. How many points do you need for top 5%? 285k. I need to get at least one of those runs for you guys. 285k. It's pretty easy once you get to Walkery and Mars. Even if you've died a lot and you've hit like even goods, it is quite a big difference between goods and greats. So as long as you can hit a great, you should be safe. The one thing I hate about this game mode though is that you can like get a perfect run, like you hitting perfects on every single mob. You're not dying. You're picking up every single like berry bag. Like you're not missing a single one, and you can still like die early because you just got terrible luck with the stamina meats. And also even then, if you got good luck with the stamina meats, there's a chance that you'll get a way less points than someone else because your maps weren't as good. You didn't get the same maps with as much berry bags. Holy yeah, bruh. Yeah, this is that is a really good area. You want to get that area as much as possible because it's so many berries, but also you get that stamina meat guaranteed at that point. Okay. I'm not gonna speak because I know if I do, I'm gonna jinx myself. If you've played like, oh my days, bro, I actually need to lock in, bro. I actually need to lock in. But yeah, as I said, don't give up. Don't give up just because you died once. Like we're getting pretty lucky with the meat as well, so it's not that big of a train smash. Oh, that one great is really annoying me. Caesar. But yeah, let me know what, of course, what is your high score? Like, if you've started playing this game before the anniversary, you've definitely played OPTC Run before. So what is your like lifetime highest score? For me, I did have a video on the hardcore series. Of course, the one thing I love about OPTC Run is that it's all the same on a new account and on a in-game account. It's the same game mode, no advantage. So even on an alt account, I played and I got like 220k in like a regular OPTC Run, which got me to like rank 1 for like a very brief period. But it was rank 1 nevertheless. So I'll actually link that video in the description if you guys want to see it. That was an insane run. Like I was so surprised on camera. Oh my days. That's such a weird place to mess up. Okay, stamina meat. Oh yeah, finally I remember to stay down. Yeah, stamina meat, save me. Now we're in Egghead. Very, very cool. Oh, I messed up by Nostro. He's very similar there as when you go up against Kaido, you have to like tiptoe over that treasure box. Treasure box? Why am I calling it a treasure box, bro? Okay, Walkery. Walkery! Oh, that was clean. That was clean. I like that. Bro, why are people messaging me, bro? I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Bro, it actually messed me up. I think I should have to like triple jump by Walkery. I think like in that moment they allow you to triple jump. And then you have to hit a 4th tap to kill Walkery. Because that definitely was higher compared to Doflamingo, right? So yeah, pretty good 294k. I'm just gonna do one more off camera and then I'll see if I can get a higher rank. If not, that's the end of the video, unfortunately. So let's see. I have one more permit. You know what, screw it. Let me do the entire run for you guys. This time I'm gonna try and be like really perfect when it comes to hitting all of these perfects. Okay, I just had to pause. Let's continue. Let's do this. Baggy perfect. 1,500 points. The bags right now only 260. Oh my days. This is so bad. Come on, bruh. Let me use these single stamina meats. This is gonna be the last one for sure. My rhythm was disturbed. My equilibrium. No, I don't want to continue. At the end of the day, yeah, I say you mustn't restart if you die, even early on. But yeah, I'm trying to get like a really good run, not just top 5%. Okay. As I said, yeah, the first mobs until like midway through are long. Not that important to hit perfects. Okay, now we're in Along Park. I feel like the first time you can like really easily mess up is when you beat Crocodile. It's really easy to mess up the timing on Crocodile. Bro. I don't know why my reaction time's so rough, bruh. Why is it so rough? Okay. So yeah, this video has been a bit of a mess, but it's all good fun, right? I do have other videos that I'm planning on making, so I still need to give you guys a breakdown of all the selectable legends. So look out for that. All of them are going to stay in your mail for a very long time, about 2 weeks before they expire, so it's not too urgent right now. And besides that, I do need to make the showcase for Blackbeard. I do have him 150 on my main account here, so I should be able to showcase him really well. And then I also have the full 12th Anni batch on my one of the giveaway accounts. So, and also it has 150 emus, so I can showcase you guys how good is the new 12th anniversary team, because as we know, there's no one versus all in Treasure Cruise. But when it comes to the promise of a one versus all, this 12th Anni team seems to be the best, because it can provide multiple like stages of gimmick clearing. It's not like there's only one despair reducer or one defense up reducer on the team. You use it on stage 3, for example, and then in some quests you will see defense up again on stage 5. It's not like that. There's multiple ways to get around these gimmicks, but there are some issues, like the team doesn't get around like paralysis. But the reason I think this is easily the most powerful of the like one versus all teams is that you don't need to run an emu friend captain. Yes, you want to use emu special twice, even in the same turn for a lot of cases, but even then you have all the 4 emperors giving 5 cooldown each to the captain, so emu will be able to activate twice with just emu alone, right? Which means you do have a friend slot open, and you can run a legend like Emmett, who boosts all of the new characters but also makes up for some of the weaknesses of the team. Like for instance, Emmett gives you an HP guard, which is very important because none of the other 4 emperors give you HP protecting gimmicks or reduce burn or anything like that. So the HP guard that Emmett provides is just so good. And not only that, Emmett will also reduce chain lock. Now you can just use emu special early, and then the 5-turn chain boundary will block any chain locks. However, Emmett also gets around resilience, which none of the other team members do. Now currently we do have the anniversary ship, which does get around resilience with the end of turn damage, but once that's gone, yeah, you're gonna struggle to get around that debuff, or enemy buff should I say, and in that case Emmett is just a really powerful option. So I've done a bit of research based on like seeing who could hybrid best with this team to make up for its weaknesses, but you also have to look into characters that are like dual units, because the team has a bit of an inconsistent orb issue. Like for dual units, you can get like tandem orbs for 3 characters every turn using units like Zoro and Sanji, who provide like adjacent characters tandem orbs and also that attack and orb boost that's overrideable. But there's no one in the team that can provide like consistent damage, like from a switch effect, which I think is a bit of a problem. You either just use your broken specials for the Anni units and that's it for the quest, right? Which does make it a bit hard to use them. Of course, there will be pieces of content even from years ago, which the new team will just completely flop in, even if it's such old content. That's just because, yeah, in Treasure Cruise, there's no such thing as a one versus all. But you can get close to it, and I think the new team is the best way for that. I guess it's not truly a one versus all if you're swapping the friend captains, but your core team is going to be the exact same. But yeah, you want to bring like support characters that reduce paralysis on that team, since none of the new units do that. Of course, Emu does reduce paralysis on himself. However, you usually need to remove paralysis on everyone, not just 1 unit or 2 units. It's never enough, right? So the new dragon, he does reduce paralysis, but it's only like 1 turn, right? So you should use like ships, like the whale sharks that remove a turn of paralysis innately. Also, this is a really good run. This is a good example of don't try to hit perfects. Like, you can see how far I've gotten just from like not dying, right? But let me not speak too much. But that's roughly where I stand on these new units. And I actually got that treasure chest for Nustro. That's pretty hype. And you have to jump earlier at that part to get both of those bags on. Oh, yeah, you can see the combo effect when you reach 100. It looks really cool. And yeah, don't try to go for that second chest for Walkera. It's really not worth it. You're probably going to mess up. Just don't take the risk because there's no need in this OPTC run. In regular OPTC run, yeah, you need to probably hit perfects. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. And we didn't hit a perfect on Mars, but yeah, look at how much stamina we have left. So yeah, let me just try and focus on getting these bags. Let's get to the money, right? Nice treasure chest. I literally barely missed my record by like 800 points. That's crazy. Well, I mean, I'm very satisfied with that. Thank you guys for watching. A bit of a chit chat about what I'm planning for the future. These videos I still need to make. Of course, Blitz is coming out tomorrow. I do have exam tomorrow for maths, and then also again on Monday, and then physics on next week Friday, and then chemistry the following Monday. So yeah, it's very busy for me. But I will try to get you guys these videos, especially if they are easier to make. Of course, a lot of things that involve team building heavily, like showcases, are much harder. But yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. And I'm out.